Yo, what is going on, Show Nation? It's Showtime. Welcome to your number one MLB The Show podcast, where we cover everything from franchise to Diamond Dynasty. I think I said that intro backwards. Whatever. Welcome to episode 3 for 2019. Today is Tuesday, April 2nd. The next podcast will be on Friday, April 5th, so look out for that one. What I want to talk about today in today's podcast is a little March to October update. This is my new favorite game mode and what I've been spending the most time on. So usually these podcasts every 2 weeks, I'm going to be talking about that because that's what I spend a lot of time on. So an update on that, what I'm working on. Then we're going to talk about this experience exploit that has popped out around the internet. Talk about that a little bit. I want to go over the live series collections, how cheap they are, why they're cheap, I think, how it affects the market long term, stuff like that. And then finally, the experience pack series. So I'm coming up on level 75 and level 100 pretty quickly. And so I'm going to talk about who I'm going to be prioritizing in these packs. So let's get right into it. First off, March to October. So you should know from last episode that I finished my March to October with the Oakland Athletics on Legend, and I picked up that Josh Donaldson, which was super cool because they're my favorite team, all that good stuff. So I went a little hard ever since because I have for some reason fallen in love with hating myself and playing this game mode on Legend. But since then, I have beaten March to October with the Mets on Legend and also with the Mariners on Legend. So we have added Jose Reyes and Jay Buhner to the ranked season squad, which is freaking awesome because both of those cards are amazing, especially that Buhner having some power, actual power in my lineup is really helping a lot because me, like other people, have been prioritizing speed and contact a lot more than normal. I've kind of gone a little overboard, so I'm trying to pull it back a little bit and add some power back into my lineup so that Jay Buhner is going to help a ton. So why do I love March to October so much? I honestly couldn't tell you. I like the challenge of playing on Legend. I think nobody else is really doing it as much as I am, and I think my end game goal is to beat all 30 teams on Legend eventually, but we'll see if that's even possible on the absolute bottom of the barrel teams like the Tigers and the Orioles and stuff, and the Giants, teams that just can't score at all. So we'll see, but so far so good. The Mets one was actually painfully difficult. I felt like I couldn't hit anything unless I had Robbie Cano or Michael Conforto up. They also kept Brandon Nimmo in the minor leagues for the whole season, which was super frustrating because I actually rake with that card. And also considering that Yoenis Cespedes did absolutely nothing for me at the plate ever. I don't think I even hit an extra base hit with him the entire season. I'm not even lying. He hit like 100 in the playoffs. That player was just absolutely terrible for my team, and it made the Mets really difficult. Also, for some reason, Edwin Diaz just gets lit up every single time he goes out there. It doesn't even matter if I'm hitting my spots or not. Like, I could be painting corners, and he just got absolutely destroyed every time he pitched. So, basically, I only had Justin Wilson and Uris Familia out of the bullpen to work with. So, it was super difficult, but we pulled through. We ended up going to Game 5 of the NLDS against the Brewers, where we pulled it out at home. And then we won the NLCS against the Phillies. That was in 6 games. And then we ended up playing the Cleveland Indians in the World Series, and we won that in 5 games. So, pretty solid season. Like I said, excited for that Jose Reyes card. The Mariner season was much easier. The Mariner season almost felt like the exact opposite. I had 5 or 6, sometimes 7 guys in my lineup that I felt like I could go deep with at any point. And so scoring runs became super easy once I started getting into the groove of things. The graph I have is actually pretty crazy for that season. You know how it does a graph showing your projected win total? So at one point in the season, I was actually 43-40. And I finished the regular season at 110-52. So that means I went 67-12 in my last 79 games, which is just absolutely stupid. I'm pretty sure I won every single moment from that point on. I don't know. I was just hitting everything. The problem with the Mariners is they didn't have a bullpen at all. I had one reliever in the 80s, and that was Anthony Swarzak, who basically only has 2 pitches. So closing games out was a little rough, but even then, like, some of the pitchers did better than Edwin Diaz ever did. So I don't know what the coding is or why I was having problems with that, but whatever, it's over. I got my cards, and I'm happy about it. The next team I'm going to probably go for, I haven't decided if I want to punish myself and go for the Orioles or Tigers because they both have good rewards, but playing those seasons on Legend just seems miserable. I don't even know if I can beat it, to be honest. So I don't know if I want to try this earlier, if I should just save them for later. I'm also looking at the Braves because that Fred McGriff would give me nice lefty power. And I don't have a first baseman currently. An 89 first baseman right now would be pretty big for my squad, so we might look at the Braves as well. All right, moving on, we're going to talk about this experience exploit that popped up on the Operation Sports forums over the weekend. So if you don't know, a guy basically posted a screenshot that he was diamond level 100, and he had all the rewards for ranking up all the way to diamond 100 in his post-game reward screen. So this implies that he did some sort of exploit to where he got maxed out on experience from like one game, because all of the rewards and all the packs and everything were in a screen that said post-game rewards all at once. So that means he jumped up there somehow extremely quickly. No one has figured out at this point how he did it. And I just have 2 concerns for this. I hope, number one, that if he did this on purpose, that he gets banned. I don't know how they determine that because it's a one-game thing. But especially posting this online is just kind of scummy. I don't know. He should have just gone to SDS with it, I think. Number 2, the bigger one, is I really, really hope that how he did it doesn't get out there in the open and become mainstream, because it's going to absolutely destroy the game. Because the way they've structured Diamond Dynasty this year is that all the rewards are basically linked to experience, all the best rewards in the game that you can get for free anyway. And so to be able to jump up to Diamond level 100 right now on an exploit would just mean that everyone's going to have a God Squad already. And that's going to be an absolutely miserable experience playing Diamond Dynasty for any people who are not looking to use this exploit. So if you want to do some more research on it, look on Reddit, look on Operation Sports. It's out there. I just really hope that it doesn't become mainstream, because that would really suck for the state of the game. All right, next topic. I wanted to talk about live series collections for a bit. So a lot of streamers and YouTubers, and myself at times too, have been talking about how cheap the live series collections are this year. So someone made a spreadsheet on Reddit of how much each team costs and how much the total collection costs, and it was about 1.5 million stubs for all the cards in the game, which is significantly cheaper than previous years, especially in the first week of the game. So I think when I completed all the collections by the All-Star break in MLB The Show 17, I spent about 2.2 million in total stubs, and that also accounted for depreciating cards from the first week all the way until the All-Star break. So for everything to be that cheap right now, it's pretty crazy. I think it actually favors more of a pay-to-win scenario right now than a free-to-play, which I think is good. I think having some areas where it's pay-to-win, like some areas of the year, so like the very beginning is going to be pay-to-win, because you can get Willie Mays, Pudge Rodriguez, and Rogers Hornsby if you pay to win right now. As the year goes on, the free-to-play people start collecting more rewards, which helps their teams catch up to the pay-to-win players, and then hopefully by that point the pay-to-win players have gotten sufficient return out of having all of those players for so long out of spending money that they're satisfied. So that's pretty much the optimal business model that I think they're going for. I hope it works out. It's just kind of surprising that everything's so cheap and that stubs still cost the same amount of real-life dollars. So pretty interesting. I wanted to talk about how I think this affects the market long-term. So I think everything's going to stay relatively cheap. And I also think that if absolutely insane cards are released, whether it be in the market or some way to attain then using cards from the market, those cards are going to be artificially inflated like crazy. So if you think about the last couple years, Luis Tiant was basically selling for max stub count. That's because he was widely regarded as one of the most insane pitchers in the game both years. And so if that happens again this year, not just with Tiant, but with anyone that's on another level, I think it's going to be even more amplified this year. So we might see a situation like in MLB 17 with the 12-0 BR rewards, where there's like 10 max stub buy orders out at any given time. So as really good cards get released, I think they're going to spike insanely in price. I think in terms of live series collections, I think they're going to stay relatively the same price, maybe a little cheaper as more cards come out, and then the collection rewards aren't as good. We'll see. The XP rewards and kind of figuring out where everyone is XP-wise is also going to affect the market. Trying to time up when people start getting their high diamond rewards, because that's going to determine how prices move. So everyone is getting to right about level 100 in the next week or so, I'd say. And so depending on who the community views as the consensus best pick for that card is going to affect prices. So if everyone decides that Joe Morgan is by far the best pick, then everyone's going to pick Joe Morgan, and then the prices of all the other tier 1 second basemen in the game are going to drop. You guys can kind of see how that works. Same with the level 75 high tier diamonds. I think it's pretty much general consensus in the community to take the Clayton Kershaw 99 or the 99 Nolan Ryan at this point, and most people are going to be grinding towards silver level 50 for the second one here in the next couple weeks. And so that's going to affect the prices of starting pitchers in general, because everyone's going to have access to a couple of the best starting pitchers in the game. So keeping track of experience is going to keep you from guessing too much on where the prices are going to move in the near future. And then, nice segue to the last section. I wanted to talk about that XP pack series and who I'm going to be choosing. I'm actually stressing a lot more about the high diamond level 75 pack than I am about the level 199 signature pack, because for some reason they put all my favorite players in real life in the level 75 pack. So I absolutely love Ichiro. What a great career he's had. I'm an A's fan, so I obviously love Jason Giambi. They put his card in there. I love Clayton Kershaw. His card's in there. So I just really am going to have a hard time picking one. I was dead set on picking Ichiro first, just because I love the guy so much, and his playstyle is going to be really good this year, I think, until I saw that there's a 99 Clayton Kershaw. And so my decision is, do I want to play for fun and pick Ichiro, or do I want to try hard and get my Kershaw in the lineup as soon as possible, in the rotation, I mean. To be honest, I'll probably pick Kershaw first, but man, I really want to try that Ichiro. I really want that Giambi too. It's just, it sucks, man. Why they have to put them all in the same pack? But I guess it could be worse. They could be releasing one of them like after the All-Star break or something instead. So I will settle for what I've got, I guess. If you don't know, by the time you hit Diamond Level 100, if you pick a different reward every time for these packs, then you'll end up with all the players in the pack. So very long term, assuming you're planning on getting to Diamond Level 100, your decision doesn't actually matter at all. It's just, who do you want right now? So take that into consideration when you're determining who you want to pick from your packs. As far as the Level 199 Signature Series card, I'm pretty much set on taking Joe Morgan. I've even not put a good second baseman in my lineup for that reason. I'm kind of just planning on throwing Joe Morgan in there. The fact that he's a lefty, the fact that he has some pop, good defense, good speed, I don't know, just solid all-around card for a position that's really scarce right now. So, yeah, I think I'm going to go with him. The Duke Snider also looks really nice, but there's just I always have this problem every year where there's so many outfielders that are good. Like, how do you pick only 3 of them? Like, if you even think about the legends that haven't been released yet, like, if you have Duke Snider, Willie Mays, Ken Griffey Jr., if they come out with a 99 Mike Trout again, if they come out with a 99 Vladimir Guerrero, like, who do you even put in your lineup? So I think I'm just going to wait on the outfielders because there's always so many of them. Duke might actually be the last one that I pick. So we'll see. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up today's podcast. As always, subscribe to the YouTube channel. MLB The Show CBrev is the YouTube channel name. And I will catch you guys in the next podcast. See ya.